Hello all, welcome in or welcome back. This is Tarot Mama, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive look at the year ahead for 2024. I use different decks to represent each of the different categories that we'll take a look at. So we'll be using the Light Seers deck for overall what kind of energy we have month to month. Then we have the Housewives Tarot to look at the love and relationships category. This could be a romantic love. It could also be friendships or family members, how our interactions are with other people. I will then be using the Aquarian deck for taking a look at our finances. The Modern Witch will be used to take a look at career, work, if you're in school, or if there are major projects or things that you're working towards, that will be the Modern Witch. Mystical Moments will be used to take a look at health overall. The Wild Unknown deck will be used for the spirit category, if there's any messages from spirit guides, angels, whatever that may be for you. And finally, we have the Tarot for Kids. This will be used to look at family. So if you have a family, or if you have kids, spouse, etc., that will be our final category. I just want to show all of the decks here that we'll be using. If there's a category that you would like to not know anything about, you can skip ahead from that section. So let's go ahead and get started. The first category we're going to be taking a look at is the overall. Again, we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot for this category. Starting with January, we have the Tower. That's okay. This just tells us that this year, in January, we're going to have some unexpected events coming up. We can let go of those things so that we can make way for building a new, better future. Tower moments can be kind of unpredictable, so it kind of gives us a heads up. January, we're going to have some moments that we're going to have to work through, push through, but just clear the rubble out, and so you can build a bigger, better castle in its space. In February, we have the Queen of Swords. This makes a whole lot of sense here because with the Queen of Swords, she's going to be using that analytical energy to sort of reflect on what might have happened. What did we not see coming? Because a lot of times the Tower is sort of an unexpected occurrence. So she's going to be seeing what kind of flags did she miss along the way. Now the caution here is with the Queen of Swords, be careful. She has her cup down here that's kind of locked in a cage. Be careful not to get too hardened from whatever this is. It's better just to feel the emotions and let them go along the way. You couldn't have predicted everything. So this is kind of what lessons can we learn so that we don't make the same mistakes, and how can we grow from here. I also like to point out that there is a bird flying away in the background here. A lot of times when I see birds, I look at these as like outside influences. So were there people that had said stuff to you along the way? Maybe they were cautioning you and you kind of ignored it. Or did you listen too much to those other people and they kind of got into your head? Birds also in this deck, I feel like, can represent sort of some anxieties. So this is sort of releasing those and letting go of the worries that may come along with some of what was felt in the month before. March, we have the Five of Wands. This has kind of a competitive overall energy to it. I could see some individuals who may be going for, say, a promotion or a new challenge is on the horizon. Now, it doesn't always mean that people are like conflict. Some may see the Five of Wands as conflict. You could be working together, but somebody is definitely trying to reach ahead. So ask yourself who you are in this sort of pile of individuals here. Are you somebody that needs to perhaps do some extra steps to like beef up your resume? For example, if you are going for a promotion, are there skills you need to work on to make yourself higher up on this ladder? Or are you this person at the top who's ready to move on to the next adventure, who deserves it, but you have to believe in yourself here? So again, just take a second and ask yourself, who are you in this pile and where do you want to be? April, we have the Two of Swords. And again, looking back at this month here, maybe you were a person who didn't get the promotion. Maybe we are still struggling to say, what is it that we need to do next? There's definitely a crossroads energy to this. I'm not quite sure about what I want to do. These birds can be read in different ways. They could be attacking, or they could be helping. So they could be trying to get these, she's got all these strings tangled around her, and it looks like they're pulling at them. So it could be outside influences that you feel are like overwhelming you. But vice versa, they could also be helping to sort of untangle the mess that you're in. It's important that, as we can see, she's wearing this blindfold here. It's important to not ignore the problems around us, but we may need to ask for outside influences. If you feel like you're stuck, perhaps ask a trusted individual what you should do and see if their advice feels applicable to you. May, we have this Ace of Pentacles. This is great. This is a whole new energy. This has a lot of manifestation energy involved in it. The hands are held in the mudra, so it's being open to new possibilities, open and accepting of something new. So perhaps this was, if we were taking a look again, considering like a promotion, perhaps we interviewed for the promotion, are unsure of ourselves if we're going to get it, and here's that you got it. You got this new change. This can be a pretty big material change here. So again, it could be a new job, it could be a promotion, it could be a change in where you're living, but there's new possibilities, and so be open to those possibilities. All right, for June, we have the Magician in reverse. The Magician a lot of times represents having all of the tools at your fingertips to sort of take on this next challenge. When I see it in reverse, especially with this design, I have a person here who's questioning if they can do it. There's kind of a broodiness to this card as well. So this is really about believing in yourself. You have all of the skills needed. You just have to trust yourself and believe in your worth here. So it could be you got that new promotion and now you're like, oh no, what did I get myself into? And it could be that you're questioning, do I deserve this? The answer is always yes. You deserve it. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. So just keep moving forward and believe in yourself. You can make it through. All right. Then in July, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is a return energy. It could be going back from whence you came. So maybe you go to visit a place that you haven't been to in a while, but there's definitely something about needing to release some burdens. Could be a vacation someplace, or maybe visiting family or friends from someplace you've been, or going back to someplace that made you happy. I feel like there's a lot to do here with needing to revitalize yourself. You've already been through a ton of events in the first half of the year. So this is really like treat yourself and unload some of those tensions. Look back, reflect, and let go. For August, we have the Ace of Swords, which makes a lot of sense if you have anybody who is starting school again. This would be like a new semester or a new grade. I see a lot of the writing. It looks like almost like a chalkboard behind her. So there is this open to learning and open to understanding new things. Again, if we were still going along with the promotion here, this could be accepting now, I'm ready to take on this next step, and I might have to take some classes or invest in some other higher learning or advice from other individuals in order to go through to the next steps. For September, we have the Empress, which is a really lovely energy here. It could literally be giving birth. She looks like she's pregnant, but she's pregnant with the world here. So this could be giving birth to a new idea and bringing something to fruition. I see this blueness here. At first I was thinking this was like, almost looked like feathery wings to me. So it gave me the vibes of just remembering that you're loved and protected. But as I looked, there's also fish here, so it's like water as well. So this could be an emotional time. This feels like I'm getting what I want, which is really nice. I'm pretty excited. Also, it's Tarot Mama's birthday in September, so go Virgos here. All right, then in October, we have the Three of Pentacles. So whatever's going on throughout this year, there's other people that are probably going to take part in this. Now, this could be a collaboration with other people. So at work, or you're working on a project, collaborating with others. This also looks like a family in this card. So this might also be a reminder to spend some more time with your family. These pentacles here look like a stop sign to me. This is kind of like when I see this card pop up in a reading, sometimes it gives me that check yourself. This might be a good time to reassess what's going on and pause and see if everything's in alignment. We could be really, really excited about all of this energy from the month before, but now we just need to see, how does this play into what's coming ahead? And is everything in alignment for us? October feels like a good month to do a self-reflection and see what we need to prepare for as we get ready for the next year ahead, 2025. November, we have the Hanged Man. So for those of you who do some self-reflection in this month and take that advice, there's some enlightenment here. Are things that we have to let go of in terms of control. Again, y'all already know I'm a Virgo, so that's something that I'm not the best at. But I have to trust. I have to trust that I'm on the right path and things are going to work out. I love that there's a lot of similarities with the symbolism and things that are going on in the background here. It feels like a return to this sort of energy, this newness here. And she's looking ahead to the year and the future. So take whatever it is that you've learned and get ready to apply it. This is the start of starting to get our manifesting energy ready for 2025. And so for December, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is great. So we're excited here and getting ready to manifest. We've done this reflection, and now it's time to decide what is it that we need to let go of. As I mentioned, there's a letting go of control. Well, here it is. This is the time. You want to let go and purge and clean your space, clean your energy, get rid of the clutter. And when I say clutter, it could be literal clutter, and it could also be a spiritual, mental clutter. Anything that doesn't fit, it's time to go. Time to move on. This is whenever I see this card, it's my Let It Go Elsa card. So we're going to take a look at the next categories coming up and see how they fit into these cards. They give us a little bit more insight so we can start to say which areas need to be focused on per month. Okay, now we're going to be taking a look at the love category. Now, like I said, love and relationships, this could be a romantic relationship, it could be family members or friendships, but it's just relationships with other people. Again, we'll be using the Housewives Tarot for this category. First up in January, we have the Five of Cups. We might understand why we're having a tower moment for January given the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is another Let It Go card. This is the don't cry over spilled milk. And so this is a good reminder for us to not focus and fixate on negative things. Don't worry so much about how things have gone wrong. There are still plenty of things that are going right. So if we can shift our focus, that can probably lead us in a better direction as we move forward, whoever this individual is that you're thinking about now. As we take a look at February, we have the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands when it comes to relationships. She doesn't mess around. She knows what she wants. She's passionate. She's fiery. She can be a little temperamental at times, but she also has the sexy energy too. So if you're thinking about a romantic relationship, she's a good sign. In the Housewives Tarot, she does look a little irritated here. So we might be fed up about something. We know there's still good things going on, but she's going to put her foot down and say, here's the things I want to change about this relationship with this person. So this is an important call out for us. We reflect on the things. We know we're going to give it another chance. There's still good here, what we can salvage, but it's all about setting the good old B word, boundaries. So prepare yourself now for having to have those difficult conversations, but know that there's a good opportunity that lies ahead if you can focus on what you would like to change. What do you want to see in the future? So we have the Three of Wands up next. So for those that have called out their boundaries, this is either it gets fixed or we're over it. So we're cleaning up the situation here. But again, this is a good positive card here that things are probably going to move in a better direction. That doesn't always mean that you're going to stay with whoever this person is, or this person's still going to remain in your life. Whatever it is, it's the better move. That's what's going to happen here. So just keep that in mind. If the person doesn't respect the boundaries, then it's time to clean house and move on from that person. If the person understands the boundaries and they start to respect them, then we can grow forward. Either way, it's a positive sign. So now we have April. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I love the Housewives Tarot. It's a little snarky at times, but I just love the imagery here. So the Queen of Pentacles really turns the old traditional views on its head in this card. While this kind of gives me the Mr. Mom vibes here. So she may be the mother that has been taking care of the kids and raising them, and now it's time for her to make her place in the world and do what she wants to do. This means that you're going to be relying on the other people to pick up the slack. But this is important because this is something that you need to do for yourself to feel that fulfillment and self-fulfillment. That's perfectly fine. There should be no feelings of guilt associated with this. This is all, again, for the good. We've already seen that things are moving in a good direction here. So I do see that some other people need to pick up some slack and help you out here. All right, good old Six of Swords. So this is another challenge where, again, we've said, here's what we want, here's what we're planning to do, take it or leave it. Six of Swords. If the person's not on board, it's time to move forward because, again, what you're asking for is not unreasonable. So respect yourself and make that decision. Now, this is also a good point to sort of reflect and determine if there are things that you no longer need in your life again. So we did a cleaning house here. This is another good one, but this is being really truthful with yourself and doing a deeper dive and taking a look at what needs to go. This could be other people, or it could be maybe looking a little bit, doing self-reflection and saying, are there things I need to let go of? Are there insecurities that are happening? Have people said things to me that I need to let go of that they're not suiting me? Because remember, when we look at the overall category, big changes are coming in this month, and we need to start to believe in ourselves. We always have the ability, when we have a reversal card, we have to flip that energy in the upright. So if you take that into consideration here and let go of any negative comments that may have been said in the past about you, this is letting go of your baggage, so to speak, that can prepare you so you can believe in yourself and flip that magician energy in the upright. For June, we have the Chariot. There's a lot of movie references going on here. I keep seeing the Thelma and Louise on this Chariot. So hopefully not the same ending here, but this Chariot, we're moving places, we're moving forward. It's kind of fun. They have some different words here. There's risk, gain, choices on these little cans that the women are holding here. So there are going to be different directions. This roadmap, it's a good way to think of it as life is a roadmap, right? There's all different paths to get to the same destination. It's just about how we choose to move through it. So even if you make a wrong turn, that's fine. You can either turn around, make a U-turn, or take another turn up ahead and get back on the right road. Don't worry about feeling like you're getting lost. So again, trust yourself. Flip that magician energy in the upright as we saw for the overall. For July, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. As I mentioned, it felt like overall energy for July is a reflective month. So we're taking a look at the months before, and I think this is a good call out for us. Again, we need to focus not on what perhaps was lost, but what new opportunities might be coming our way. So don't pine over lost loves. If there's been arguments or things like that, don't hold grudges and really be open to new changes. I always tell people, let go of your expectations because what's coming in might surprise you. You might even not even know that that's what you needed in your life. So this is a good call out again for that month of July. Treat yourself, don't overdo it, but be prepared for new, better things that you probably least expected. All right, so for August, we have the Five of Wands. This Five of Wands has an energy to it that's going in all different directions, but there could also be some arguments that are coming up. So this is what drama we're swatting away, if you will. So just be cautious that August feels like there could be something happening with another individual, and you just need to protect yourself and your space and not allow the drama to come in. Don't get overwhelmed by it. Just brush it off. September, again, good old Virgos, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. That Virgo energy is all about the planning. And so the Page of Pentacles in the upright would be all these plans, but I love this card because it's plans that are going awry here. There's a little bit of mischievousness. Again, if we have everything set in stone of how we have our expectations, what we want to happen, etc., then this isn't really going to work out so well for us. So maybe this is a good time for you to take a look at your plans and see what can you let go of, or perhaps just leave blank and let whatever happens happen. Don't try to hold on to too much control, but we're going to take a look at our plans and make some adjustments here. Have a little more fun too. Even though there's that mischievous energy, have some fun with it. October, oh, look at that. See, Ace of Pentacles, just what we were talking about here. So if you take a look at your plans and make space for them, now you have this clean plate to move forth, to be open to whatever is getting ready to get served to you. This is a great opportunity. November, Three of Swords in reverse. Well, at least it's in reverse. Given that it's November, this is the time, at least in America, where we are going to start the holiday season. So it could be that sort of, if there's family members that we may not want to have around, it's like this mixed bag. There's past hurts. We even saw that up here, talking about how other people, things that they may have said may have cut us pretty deep. And so we need to really address those wounds so that we really can move forward. This has got that same vibe to it, but it's interesting because it's sort of it looks like a wedding cake almost. So there are happy moments tied in, and which makes it even more complex. There is a feeling of nostalgia tied into this. Just keep that in mind. It makes a lot of sense for the time of the year that this is popping up in. Have some fun. Don't take things too seriously. As much as you can. If there are people in your life, again, in your family or whatnot, who are not respecting the boundaries that you have set up here, it may be time to reassess holiday interactions and determine maybe you need to set a new tradition for yourself. Food for thought. Finally, December, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's funny that I just mentioned having some fun with this because there's definitely a playful energy to this. This is a good call out for us to keep things in balance and keep things into perspective here. So perhaps not overindulging in the holidays. It's hard to do, obviously. There's so much great food and treats and things like that. And be careful of the past kind of creeping up on you, which is kind of what our reminder was here. So it's great to have those interactions with other people. So if you can touch the ghosts of Christmas past, if you will, if you can let those ghosts sort of lie where they lie, or let go of them and release them, that'll make your time more enjoyable. A reversal here is really focusing for you on what it is that makes you happy and feel fulfilled here. Be careful about giving too much away. So as I mentioned, like it's the holiday season, maybe we're not giving so many gifts or overdoing it on the gift giving, because you don't want the energy to be one-sided. Sometimes that's what I get with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, is that it's maybe somebody's giving too much or somebody else is taking too much, etc. So trying to find more of a balance between those energies. And that's it for the love category. Now we are on to the finances category. Again, we'll be using the Aquarian. So January, we have the Ten of Swords. It kind of makes sense. This is the end of a chapter. So we're starting a new year. This could be previous debts from the year before in 2023, so be careful with that. This also could make sense when your healthcare rolls over. So now all of your deductibles start again. So take time here to really focus on planning your budget and doing your best to anticipate the financial needs for the year ahead, which is why we're taking a look at this category. All right, February. Oh, nice. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This could be a new job, a promotion, or a raise, money coming in from outside sources, or you could be investing in something as well. This is kind of a good sign that this is opening a new chapter. We have a closing of a chapter and an opening of a chapter. March, we have Ace of Wands in reverse. It does feel like I'm excited and I'm going to do something here, and perhaps it doesn't have the outcome that I anticipated. It's still in this newness. They're both aces here. So that could also be like you expected a higher payout and you didn't get as much, or you got a promotion, but it didn't come with all the things that you anticipated, etc. So just keep that in mind as you're going through this. Okay, we have April, the Death in reverse. We have another chapter closing. It's interesting because this Death card is looking back at these here. We had some new things happening, some stuff we didn't anticipate, but there is a hope on the horizon. So this isn't really a bad card per se. It's just a good call out for us to take another good close look at what's going on and maybe try to anticipate a little bit more. Lean on the side of caution as you're moving forward. Then we have the Eight of Cups. This is in May. This could be looking at like a standard calendar year, with May being a lot of times where there's graduations and things like that. There could be a move going on. We saw in the overall energy that we had an Ace of Pentacles. So this could be somebody moving, changing directions, going back towards something. So whether that means you have to move back into your parents' house, there's definitely something along the lines of movement going on here. It feels like we are not necessarily super excited about some of the parts that are tied to this, but I want to remind you of the overall category that things are for the better. Then we have June. We have a Magician in reverse again. So we had this in the exact same spot for the overall categories. We have the finances and everything to make things work, but we might have to be a little creative about how we go about it. The best way I can describe this is like tightening of the belt, so to speak. Be cautious with your finances so far in 2024. July, Three of Cups in reverse. When we looked at the overall category, this felt like a good month to take a vacation, revitalize yourself. A lot of times when I see the Three of Cups, this is getting together with friends. So this could be like a little friend mini vacation, go hang out with some besties. Maybe this is a little family vacation, but it's definitely getting involved with other people so that we can celebrate what accomplishments and give ourselves a little self-love along the way. Get that feedback from other people that love us. Again, in the reverse, just be cautious when you're taking this trip. Don't overdo it. Instead of taking an international flight and going to see some other part of the world, maybe you just take a road trip to a nearby town that you've never been to, for example. For August, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We're questioning ourselves. There's like an anxiety to this card. It's just being cautious. I know I keep repeating that, but that's still the energy I'm getting here, because the Ten of Pentacles a lot of times is my legacy card. So if I was to see this in the upright, this could be planning for retirement or saving for something in the future. It's planning for something to do with like your children. There's children in this card. Taking a trip with the family. We've had an unexpected expense that has taken from our savings. If we know about these things, we can plan for them and be prepared. September. In the overall energy, we had the Empress in the September. And so here we have the Sun. I love this because she was giving birth to the world. And the Sun card here is that birth card, this big new energy. October, I felt, even though technically the Hermit card is like September Virgo card, but October for 2024 is feeling more lower retreating month. I'm getting Ten of Rods or Ten of Wands in reverse. We're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe we took on too much. We got too excited. Maybe we invest those rather than going out and treating ourselves to something big. There are still some other burdens that are on our back that we have to worry about. Maybe bills, unexpected things that are coming up here where you've ignored something big that was going to be coming up. For example, you have an aging parent and they may need to be going into like assisted living, which is a big expense, right? we've seen it coming, but we just have ignored really that financial aspect of it. And then now it's here. And so it kind of broke the camel's back. So I just keep pointing back to this January budget. Take a look and think about all of the things that are going on that might impact you. Don't ignore things, because this is where it's like catching you off guard, even though they really shouldn't have. Page of Cups in reverse for November. There's definitely an enjoy yourself vibe to this. Have fun. Spending time with loved ones. And this is another callback with the Magician, thinking outside the box and being creative with your finances. We have the 7 of Swords in December. It's really tied to the 10 of Wands here. So I am feeling like there are some debts maybe that we're going to have to carry into the new year. But again, these things shouldn't be all that surprising, but they do sort of catch us off guard. If you have the opportunity to pay something off, this character's carrying 5 swords, but they've left 2 behind here. So if you can, perhaps pay off whatever it is so that you don't have to take that debt into the next year. So just some things to take into consideration as you look at 2024 and the finances ahead. Now we're going to be taking a look at the career, work, school, projects, whatever this may be for you category. We're going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot deck for this topic. We're going to start with January. Ooh, starting off strong, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse for January. She's literally one of my favorite cards to either see in a love reading or in a career reading. I love her fire energy here. So this definitely tells me that there's going to be some pretty big adventures for 2024. Now, the reason I feel like she's in reverse here is she knows that there's something that she wants to be changed, given this topic here. Not everything is exactly as she wants it. There's some drive here to make some changes. So I'm curious to see what those changes are as we move through. So ask yourself, what is it that you want to see different? Because that's what's going on here. For February, we have Justice. This card is looking at balance. It's taking a look at assessing different things. It's also a good card that is looking to how things have changed from the past, how they affect the future. This is a good point where we're really taking a deep look at this category for ourselves and saying what changes need to be made. Maybe this is you need to get training in a different area so that you have more opportunities in the future. Maybe this is going back to school again to open up more opportunities in the future. This is definitely taking a look at our past, seeing how that has affected us at our present, and then making those appropriate changes so that we can anticipate new changes in the future. March, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Every time I see this 8 of Wands in reverse, I definitely get this vibe of being cautious of burnout. Feeling a little bit overwhelmed, things are coming at you fast. This energy is like slow down, slow down. Maybe we have all these different ideas about what we want to make the changes. And this is sort of our reminder of like, okay, but do it a little bit at a time. Or you're trying to go for a promotion. So you're going to take classes or you're going to do extra. You say yes to more things than your plate can handle. Watch out for burnout. April, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. I think this is only in reverse because we're not quite to this energy yet. So sometimes those are why I get the reversals. I get that vibe, but there's definitely an opportunity here with somebody else. This could be like networking. So perhaps you're wanting to change directions, go to a different job. This could be like a manager. This could be a new coworker. You could have a collaboration that's coming up with somebody new. So there's definitely, it's kind of like our networking card. We're going to be building a bond with somebody new on the horizon, or not always just somebody new, but it's a new role, if that makes sense. It's not always a new person. It's just a new connection in a way. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I mentioned earlier here, perhaps having to take a class, or maybe you become the teacher. Maybe you're doing mentorship. There's a mentee-mentor relationship here. Collaborations, that could be what this was, is getting ready to do collaborations with others. You're the student in this card, where you're learning from somebody else. Maybe if you are looking for a promotion, you ask your manager what it is you're shadowing, etc. These reversals are just because the energy's a little bit further out. We're just not to that place yet. I think part of that too is because of January, we haven't really taken a good look at what it is we're wanting to change. Set those expectations, manifest that energy, and these will all flip in the upright position. Ace of Wands in reverse for June. This is great. We're working with others, and now we're going on towards something new. Taking those classes, and we're really putting ourselves out there for this new energy. I love this tie-in too, because we had in finances category and in the overall category, we had the Magician in reverse. Here's that Magician wand popping up here. Now it's like you're taking control and you are starting to believe in yourself. I really hope everybody takes some time in June to really work on believing in themselves. And that's probably what this collaboration does for you as well. It really gives you that boost to start trusting yourself, whatever it is that you need to believe it, because you're worth it. Now we have July, we have that King of Wands. I love this parallel. Second half of the year here. This is like, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I'm trusting myself, I'm prepared for whatever is going to be heading my direction. August, Seven of Cups. Some people don't like making decisions. We've got a lot of different opportunities coming your way here. Again, don't feel overwhelmed. I'm picking that up here as there's so many options. What do I do first? If you ever get in that position where you feel like there's just so many different things on your plate, I always suggest make a list, prioritize, and work through. Some things you don't get to, other things are a higher priority. But just trust yourself, because this person here is prepared for what's ever coming their direction. So trust yourself and know that whichever cup you choose, it's the right one for you in that moment. Make the choice, move forward. September, look at that. You've made the choice, you move forward, and now we're at the World. This is a beautiful connection, because in the overall, we had the Empress and she was giving birth to the world. September is a big month. Whatever this is, you've reached that pinnacle, which is amazing. Live up that energy, enjoy that energy, but know everything is a cycle. October, we got another one of those burnout vibes here. Rest and relax. Do not get yourself burnt out. You had so much going on, so much big energy, and now we just need a little bit of time. This is your R&R. Remember I said, I felt like October is hermit month for 2024. Don't get stressed out. Don't get overwhelmed. November, oh, look at that. Tied into our finances, we got the same card, same position, but Page of Cups in reverse. So as we said in the finances, we were going to have to think outside the box and be creative. It's calling us out again on this creativity. Have fun thinking outside the box and being creative. December, look at that. Oh, 2 pages back to back. I love it. So this Page of Wands, we're getting ready for our new adventure, which is probably going into the new year. That makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot of manifesting work you could be doing here to sort of prepare yourself for 2025. What is it that you want to come? I feel like this Page of Wands doesn't really know what's going to be coming in the future, but they're excited for whatever it's going to be. This is kind of a good place to sort of be open to any possibility that's coming your way. It may not be what you expect to be on the horizon, but it's definitely exciting. Okay, now we're going to be taking a look at the health category. I'll keep this kind of generalized, but I will call out if I see anything in particular along the way. For this category, I like to use the Mystical Moments deck. So we'll get started here in January. Ooh, the 10 of Swords. We also had the 10 of Swords in reverse in the finances category. And remember how I said earlier that makes a lot of sense, because in America, January is when our health care rolls over. We start over with having to pay our deductibles. I also see us needing to address anxieties or perhaps worries and concerns. So if there's something that's been on your mind lately, there's something where I'm worried about health of somebody, it's a good time to get it checked out so that you can perhaps release those worries and tensions. If there is nothing, then you can let go of that anxiety. If it turns out to be something, then you can prepare yourself and start to work towards whatever that is and taking care of it. February, we have the moon. While people may take into consideration their health and what is it that's worrying them, I guess February is not really the month where they're going to take care of it. We're still letting our anxieties creep in here and with the moon, this unknown mystery and things going on. If it is another person that you're worried about, maybe they are apprehensive about finding out if something is wrong. It doesn't mean anything is necessarily wrong. This is just a feeling or a worry or a concern that's happening, anxiety related to it. Then we have the Queen of Swords. This is where we start to see taking some action here. I can also see there's a lot of other birds in the background here. I might be taking care of other people, and that kind of ties into the other cards here. So if there's other people that you're worried about, this is having to look after multiple people at a time. There is a positive outlook to this. It is looking to the future, so she's looking at all the cards ahead, so there is hope on the horizon. Ooh, then we have the Devil. This Devil could be many different things. Letting go of something that we don't need anymore. It could be simply taking a look at your eating habits, for example, and deciding you're gonna cut out sugar. Reassessing everybody's health here. You could see this being a diet that the family takes on, for example, to like look out for everybody's wellness, so to speak. Definitely feels like something I don't necessarily want to do, but I know I should do it. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is cool because we had the Ace of Pentacles as our overall. Whatever it is that we did let go of is opening us up to new opportunities, maybe a new healthier you or healthier people in your family. This is a good sign for us. In June, ooh, we have the Star, wish granted. That's interesting because it's definitely such a turning point that from where we started at the beginning of the year to now things are turning out good. So just keeping this all in mind, we have a good outlook here. Some positive results, some positive outcomes. July, the Eight of Cups. I'm getting vibes that are tying into the Devil with this card. Whatever it is that we are letting go, there's definitely something about needing to do a journey for ourselves. This could be doing a special diet. This could be doing a new health workout regimen for yourself. There are other people along the way that are supporting you, but I'm definitely feeling called to taking a good assessment for yourself and seeing what changes need to be made. I just got connected to was this Star cards where I said wish granted. So you got good results, but now it's like momentum to keep going forward with that. And it's interesting because the female in this dress looks like a ladybug with a lucky sign. So you were lucky. Now we need to make changes to make sure that our health is still going to stay that way. Oh, look at that. And if we do, Three of Wands, look at her. She is prepared for anything coming our way. Good opportunities and possibilities are on the horizon. All the stuff that you've been working towards on this card and making those plans, you're seeing some payoffs here. This is great. September, Four of Swords. That's interesting because we had the Four of Swords for October in our career. So this is a heads up that where I said, be careful of the burnout. You're going to need to take some R&R. Here it is. They're saying September is a big month, lots of energy, but our health might get affected by that. Maybe you're not getting as much sleep as you should. Your energy is getting lowered because even though we're having so many fun things, there's just a lot going on. It's another call out that as we move from September to October, really pull back a little bit and make sure you're taking care of yourself. October, we have the Six of Swords. That really does tie into that energy of retreat that we were talking about. Oh, and look at that. Find your little island of solitude. Anchor yourself, ground yourself, and work on just getting back all those depleted storages. What's cool about the anchor is tied to the Star. Again, I'm getting pulled back to the Star. It's a good reminder for us that we're still moving towards a positive direction, but we just need to ground ourselves along the way. Don't take on more than you can handle, so to speak. In November, we have the Hierophant. It could be like talking to somebody else, getting guidance, whether that be having a doctor visit and getting guidance from a doctor. If we were talking about diet or a new exercise plan. This could be like a personal trainer or a nutritionist. There's somebody where we are getting advice from somebody else. They're giving us guidance for this. But I could also see this going towards a spiritual path as well. This could also be like a therapist too. There's definitely something where you're talking to somebody else outside of yourself, gaining wisdom from them. And finally, we have for December, oh my goodness, I love it. The Queen of Wands. We've gotten that guidance here, and now we're putting it to good use. I love the transitions that we've had through this health for 2024. Because we're setting the stage for 2025 to be a good year health-wise as well. We're doing a lot of hard work, a lot of introspection, and that way we can move forward into 2025 with new you, a revitalized you that has a ton of energy. We're excited about the future. I'm excited about what's happening next. Now we're going to be taking a look at the spirit category and asking whatever type of spirit you work with, what advice do we have for the months ahead for 2024? Whether this be your angels, spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, spirit animals, etc. Whatever this spirit is to you, could be higher self. This deck that we're going to be using is the Wild Unknown. Let's see, what advice do we need in January? What do we need to know? World upside down. Well, that makes a lot of sense since our overall category, we had the Tower moment. The Tower a lot of times can make us feel that our world is upside down. But I love that they're telling us that just because your world may feel upside down, there's a trust in the universe that things are going to come upright after this. There is a continuation in this cycle here. And you even have a snake skin going on. And the snake is a symbol of change. So keeping that in mind, big changes are happening, but trust in them that it's for the good. We then have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So there are going to be some challenges ahead, some obstacles along the way. You can see where some people might feel loneliness going on. This is about needing to make changes for yourself, to feel good about yourself, proud of yourself. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy process. Change can be difficult, but we're embracing the change, but it is for the good. In March, you have the Nine of Wands. I see this looking like Maslow's hierarchy here. While we want to be at the top step here, reaching fulfillment, enlightenment, whatever this might be for you, you've got to make sure that your foundations are really strong, making sure that you're eating, you're sleeping, exercising, all of those things. It's interesting, this parallels too with our overall energy, which was the Five of Wands, because there was a ladder vibe to it. It can be a motivator to move forward, and it can also give you some good answers about what you need to do to keep working forward. We have April as the Devil. Again, we had the Devil in the same location in the health category. They're just really calling us out. Spirit is like, you need to let go of something. Something in your life's got to go. Get it out. Remove it. Whatever this is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're like, we were a little harsh here, and now we're just going to ease up a little bit. Now we have the Mother of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Deer here is representing that you're loved. Know that you're loved. This is like tough love here. Now there's this gentleness to it. Love yourself. They're trying to give you feedback from beyond of telling you that you are loved. You need to believe in yourself, and they're telling you you're not alone. You are 100% not alone. Keep that in mind as you're moving through this. Be gentle and show yourself grace. We have the Seven of Swords here. This little fox is being very cautious, almost too cautious. Not trusting yourself. Trust your intuitions. Believe in yourself. You don't have to always watch your back. July, we have the Six of Pentacles. July is your rejuvenation month. Spend some time exchanging energies with other individuals and recharge your batteries. Maybe that's going on a vacation for yourself or treating yourself to something, because this is definitely about if you take the time to invest in yourself, new things will grow. We don't want to have a stagnation of energy. So the Six of Pentacles for me is always making sure there's a balance in the exchange of energies. It's not one-sided, so you're really taking some time to work on yourself here. August, we have the Sun of Wands in reverse. This would be the Knight of Wands in reverse. I can feel this paralleling with the overall where we had the Ace of Swords. I want to make a change. I'm moving towards something. August, you might see a boost of energy because if you've taken the time to really recharge your batteries, now I've got the spark ready to go. I've got the match lit. Then we have the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse for September. This was the match that's getting ready to ignite fireworks or ignite the fuse, basically. And they're telling you, don't take on more than you can handle. She's saying, watch out. You got to say no to certain things because you will burn yourself out. This energy can be quick if you're not careful. So don't burn yourself out. Father of Cups in reverse. That's the King of Cups in reverse. We're having a little bit of an emotional drain here. October definitely gives me this hermit vibe to it. I might feel a little bit lower mood-wise. I'm feeling a little off-kiltered. October is a recharge month. November, 5 of Cups in reverse. This is a good tie-in again to the previous categories where we've talked about perhaps family members are coming into play. We need to let go of some stuff that's going on regarding that. Don't carry that weight anymore with you. And I do see some of this being, for some people perhaps passed on. There's some heaviness tied to it. So we're either missing people that have already passed on, or there are heavy emotions that are tied to the people that have passed on. Either we haven't gotten to say goodbye or we haven't made our peace with them. It's something to take into consideration too, because they're just wanting you to be strong. That horse is representing strength through this process. All you can do is worry about you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. There are people in your family that aren't following the rules or boundaries that you've set, not respecting you. Again, you can change that. The only thing that you can do is change for you. The only person you can control is you. And finally, the Death card, Death in reverse. We've had a lot of changes. There are some things that we probably will need to grieve and let go of, but this is a great card because the Death is also a rebirth. So we're getting ready to go into 2025 with a lighter baggage. And this ties into our overall energy, which was the Four of Pentacles. It's another release card. So they're just giving you kudos for all the hard work you've done, making sure that you take that moment to perhaps write yourself a letter of gratitude, thanking your old self for all the things that you've done and accomplished, and then preparing yourself for the year ahead. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at our family category. This could be if you yourself have family, a spouse, children, or grandchildren, extended family, etc. Deck that we're using for this is Tarot for Kids. January, we have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is a good point because we've seen that in our overall category, we have Tower moment happening in January. So this might be a good call out to seek advice or talk about your plans to loved ones that are close to you, that you trust. They might have some good advice and they could be pivotal in helping you make changes to your plan or ask you questions that can help you to be better prepared for this plan. But again, January is really more of a planning month. February, Two of Wands. Those changes, those plans that we are making, we're starting to put those into place. I can see that for some, there may be bigger changes on the horizon, bigger hopes and plans. So maybe this could be family saving up for a move or saving up for a vacation, going somewhere, perhaps even saving up to send somebody to school. March, the Four of Wands in reverse. It could be a wedding or a celebration of some sort. It could also be where a family is having some struggles going on, where it's getting a little shaken. And then we have the Judgment card, April. This Judgment feels very much like a call out. Maybe you're not spending enough time or giving enough attention to the family. If there's something out of balance, like work-life balance is off kilter a little bit, you need to be focusing more attention on the family aspect this month. So for May, Ace of Cups. For those of you that take that advice, we have a new beginning of feeling emotionally back into balance here. If there was something that was rocky, you take the time to really address the situation. Don't avoid the conflict here. So there was an argument that happened. We're going to talk it out, because then at the end, we have the Ace of Cups, where we have a new beginning, a fresh start, and we have another star for June in the family category. And we also had the star in health for June. We had a double star here. When those categories are linked like that, I'm curious of what's happening. This is that affirmation that the wish fulfillment happens. July, we have the Magician in reverse. This would be a good call out to think through. Once you believe in yourself and you can flip that Magician in reverse, then it's also time to take into consideration the family as well. They believe in you. How do they fit into the plans? And making sure you're giving them as much time and energy that you feel is appropriate, so that they're not feeling like there's something lacking as well. Then you have the Six of Wands. Taking that time to make the family feel part of the plans and incorporated into the plans for August. If you have kids in school, this would be about the time when they would be going on to the next grade. There's definitely this pride. I'm really proud of what's going on in my life. September, Six of Coins. We had all the good energy in September, and now we're being reminded is everything in balance. It may feel like the scales are being tipped. Maybe if you are married, perhaps your spouse is calling out to say, hey, I'm taking on a lot, need your help, or the spending balance, because we have the coins here as well. So remember, there's going to be a change. We had finances having the sun here. There is a change going on, and this is just a good call out to have a discussion with the people around you and make sure that everything feels in alignment. October, we have the moon. October felt like our retreating month. Some people feeling a little bit drained. I can see this being like seasonal affective disorder too. It changes the energy and the vibes. November, Ten of Swords. This is a rush to get everything done. There's feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot going on, and this family's feeling it too. November, we do have to deal with some headaches, but 10 is a closing of a chapter. I think if you just are aware of this and plan that you really need to take the time to address whatever these problems are, remove these swords one at a time, and you can make it through. December, we have the World in reverse. Closed one chapter, and the next one we open is the World. That's awesome. I feel like this is getting ready for 2025. So that you manifest the heck out of this. Ask your family what they want for 2025. Get them involved in your plans, and you'll be surprised how much fun it could be and how much people are going to participate. Now we're going to do a quick recap of all of the cards for January. This will be our overall review of January. I had the Tower for overall, the Five of Cups for our love relationships category, the Ten of Swords for finances. For career, we have the Queen of Wands. For health, we had the Ten of Swords, Spirit, the World, and finally for family, the Knight of Coins. Taking a look at all of this, the Tower in the overall position, and a reminder that in spirit we have this world in reverse. Our world is being turned upside down. There's going to be some big changes happening that we need to be prepared for in January, but also throughout the year, and just taking them one step at a time. This again ties into those Tens of Swords that we have. We have two Ten of Swords here. These are closings of chapters. It's important that we let go of any stress or anxieties that might be related to this. Would be our health category and our finances. So if we have a good budget in place, for example here, take a look at whatever it is that we're concerned about, make an appointment, get it checked out, and let go of that stress. There's also a call out that we're not quite happy about something, but it's important here that we're remembering that while some things may not be exactly what we want, there are good things still remaining. And then in the career category, with that Queen of Wands in reverse, ask yourself, what is it that you want to see changed? There's a drive and there's a passion going on for you. So what is it that you want to change so that you can get that, flip that in the right in the upright position and move forward so that we can go into 2024 being the boss babe vibes that are connected to that Queen of Wands. With this Knight of Pentacles here, with all that we have going on, it's going to be really important that we rely on our family and ask them for advice. They can help us with our plans and making those changes. What advice do they have? Just ask them to give you some tough love and to see what feedback they can give you. They might actually be able to think of some things that you might not have thought of along the way. So really start to include them there. Coming up with a new plan and asking for guidance. All right, so that is January for 2024. Okay, now we're going to take a look at recap of February for 2024. So let's get started. We have the Queen of Swords for our overall. For the love category, we have the Queen of Wands. For finances, we have the Pentacles. For the career category, we have Justice. For health, we have the Moon. Spirit, 8 of Cups in reverse. And finally, for the family category, we have the 2 of Wands. This is really about reassessing what's happened in the previous month. We're going to look at January and what can I learn from those movements? Asking your family for feedback too, so that we can make sure we pivot our plans along the way. We have 2 queens here. This one's really taking that assessment into play. What can we learn? What signs should we have seen? And here's our queen that's going to set the boundaries and set the new rules. Here's what I want, and here's what I expect to be happening along the way. Really use that queen energy. She's firm and she knows exactly what she is looking for. Okay, and that's really plays well with our career being justice. Something in the past hasn't worked out for us. Now we need to make sure that we make some changes now so that the future looks better. But overall, there is definitely some fed up energy. I would expect to see some big changes in 2024 for many, where the way things that have been going need change. It's time for change, and that's exactly what the Spirit is calling out here. It's not going to be easy, it isn't always fun, but there's a lot of people who love you along the way that will help you, and there are some really great things on the horizon for you as well. Now we're going to be taking a look at recap for March. Overall energy we have is the 5 of Wands. There's definitely some competitive energy going on, possible conflicts, but ask yourself who you are in this pile of people. We then have in the love category the 3 of Wands. We need a clean house. What does that mean for us? That might be literally cleaning your space or your energy, or it could be taking a look at the people around you. Are they meeting your expectations? Are they following your boundaries? If you've asked for changes to be made, are they respecting those? If not, it's time for them to go. If they have been, great. But either way, the outcome looks good. In finances, we do have the Ace of Rods in reverse. Be cautious that these reversals, they might be in reverse just because we're not quite to that energy, or if you haven't taken the time for January to do the budget, we have the opportunity to flip these energies to the upright. But this could be that something just didn't work out as well as we had hoped. Changes happened. There's a newness to this energy. It's just not exactly what we had expected it to be. Then we have for career, the 8 of Wands in reverse. Again, all those new changes that have been happening. We've spent a lot of time figuring out what we want. We are looking to make changes so that we can go up here and whatever this goal is that we have. But where are you at on this place? And what changes have you been putting into place? Are you risking a place of burnout? Are you feeling overwhelmed? So be careful and cautious there. In the health category, we have the Queen of Swords. She's looking out to the future, which has a bright outcome. That's positive, but she is also looking after other people. So there's other birds here. If it becomes too much for you, the weight of all of the others here, you might have to put some people on the back burner a little bit. Don't get stressed out because you do have a lot going on around you. Spirit have the 9 of Wands, which is exactly what I was just talking about here with this Queen of Swords, is being careful. This 9 of Wands really looks like Maslow's hierarchy. Are you protecting your foundations? Are you getting enough sleep, eating the right foods, making healthy choices, protecting your foundations so that you can keep working up? Both of these have a ladder energy to them. We're working forwards and climbing a lot. It's going to be important that every step that you take, you do the assessment and check yourself. For the family category, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. This might be where we're seeing a little bit of shakiness because of all these big changes. There could be some instability in the home life, but that doesn't mean anything bad. Spend a little bit more time and energy making sure that our foundations are set as we have the April recap. For overall, for the month of April, we have the Two of Swords. Not knowing which direction to go in. We're dealing with outside influences, whether those be people trying to help us or people giving us unwanted advice. And then in the love category, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we've gotten fed up with how things have been, and now we realize it's time to take the time for ourselves. We've been taking care of other people and worrying about other people, but now it's time to do what we want to do. We may have to have other people pick up the slack in certain places or help us out along the way. In finances, we see another pivot. So we have the Death card here. So we have another chapter closing, but what this really means when we look at all of the cards together here, he's looking towards the Queen of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you're doing here is giving you an independence for yourself, financially speaking. There is hope in the future, given whatever this decision is. So lean into it and trust yourself that it is the right choice for you. And here we have for career, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Again, some of these reversals are probably just because we have some things we need to do before we get to that point. These will flip into the upright position in the near future. With this Two of Cups, we have some sort of networking or a new type of connection coming up in the career, work, university, whatever this may be, a partnership, if you will, which makes a lot of sense because of the Queen of Pentacles sort of taking a stand and getting ready to do something for herself. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a new person. It could just be a change in the dynamics between two people to make it a new type of relationship. Then in health, we have the Devil. We're getting called out a little bit that there's something perhaps we need to give up. This could be, for example, maybe something in your diet, maybe adding something in. It's something we maybe don't really want to do, but we know it's what's best for us. This is really just a good call out to really pay attention to whatever that is and getting connected to your health. Another Devil in the spirit. So they're really hitting us hard on this one. So take a good look at what it is that they might be referencing for yourself. And this is all about doing your best to give up whatever physical thing, temptation that's there. And we have another call out, Judgment card in our family. And that makes a lot of sense because the Queen of Pentacles is going to be making this pivot to do something that she wants to do now. She's been taking care of other people and now it's her time to do something. And that may cause some changes in dynamics in the family realm. If you do have a family, you have an imbalance between the two. You're feeling a calling to do something different, but you also may have to be careful about getting too involved in whatever that thing is and maybe making others in your family feel like they're not as important. Just a good keep in mind, be cautious about as you move forward. But again, this feels like it's in a good direction. You're moving towards something bigger. Let's take a look at the month of May as a recap. Overall, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Something new is happening, a pretty big change. Open to those possibilities for this change. It could be a move, it could be a job change, something big coming in where you get to try out new experiences. There could also be some financial gain with this. We then have in the love category the Six of Swords. This is a good time to take a reflection of yourself and look back at your past and see what things you really need to let go of. Are there comments or ways that people have made you feel along the way that you're still carrying as baggage? And this is a good point to try to release those, let go of some of that baggage and move forward, because whatever you're going into is going to need that new energy and it's going to need all of your focus from you. We go into finances, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So this is all tying together. There's a lot of self-reflection going on here because we're preparing for some big new change that's pretty exciting for us, but we have to really believe in ourselves as we move to it. Then in the career category, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This Three of Pentacles could be talking about either you becoming the teacher or as a mentor. There's a lot of creative energy in this specific Three of Pentacles, doing some sort of collaborative work with somebody, but that may be tied into whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. And in the health category, we have another Ace of Pentacles. This also tells us that this is really important and connected. In the previous month, you were supposed to be letting go of something, releasing something that you should be doing better on, but I don't really want to do it. But this is telling you if you make that pivot, good things are coming your way. It gives new room for new growth in different places. So it's okay if you make some mistakes along the way, whatever it is. If you trip up and falter from time to time, just pick yourself back up, keep on going. Okay, and then with Spirit, we have the Mother of Pentacles. In Spirit, the last month, we had the Devil, which was a harsh call out. And here it is telling us you are loved, you are respected, you're never alone. As you're going through these things where you're letting go of stuff that people have said in the past to you, know that Spirit, whatever that is for you, whether it be loved ones from the other side, angels, spirit guides, animal guides, etc., you are loved, you are protected, and they are hoping that you move through this. Give yourself grace in all of these places. Finally, for the family category, we have the Ace of Cups. In the previous month, we've had the call out with Judgment. If you took the time to really refocus your energy and figure out where the balance is, talk to the people within your family, see what's missing, see what needs to be adjusted. And that then also ties in here with doing a good introspective look at yourself. We have the Ace of Cups, where there is a fulfillment and a new beginning, a fresh start, if you will. So overall, we have 3 aces for the month of May. That's a lot of new beginnings, new changes coming down the path. It can be really exciting, but it can also be pretty challenging and daunting at the same time. Change can be difficult. So the moral of this month would be give yourself grace, but just keep going. Okay, now we're gonna have a recap for the month of June. Overall, our energy for June is the Reversed Magician. You have all the tools in your tool belt to do what you need to do, but maybe we are lacking that confidence to truly believe that all the things that are coming at us that are great, we are worthy of them, we deserve them. This could also mean that some people are going through a little bit of a lull. I know in the previous month I asked you to do a lot of introspection, or what we might call shadow work. That can be really challenging for some people. So a good call out to give yourself some time and space, some grace here, and feel those emotions and let them go. Then in the love category, we have the Chariot. You're on the right path, you're making a lot of changes in your life, but this is a good moment so that you can take a look at your map, the plans that you've created. And if you find that you made a wrong turn along the way, you can go make a U-turn and go back a different direction, or just take another left up ahead on the road. And there's going to be some places where you make some mistakes along the way. There's risks, there's choices, everything involved here, but you're the one driving, so you can pivot and make it. Now, pairing with this Magician, just a reminder that you are the one in charge. The only person you can control is you. And then the finances category, again, another Magician in reverse. You may feel the pressure of financials here. This means that you probably can do it, but it's going to be a little tricky. Thinking outside the box with finances, maybe not spending so much. Try to keep in mind that you're probably going to have to be a little flexible, or might have to cut back in some places. I keep looking at his belt with the snake around it, the tightening of the belt, so to speak, with finances. That's a good place to focus. In January, if you plan for your budget, this would be a good time to just make sure that you have a little bit of wiggle room going in to the month of June. In the career category, we have the Ace of Wands. This is really beautiful because we have these 2 magicians, and now we have the Magician's Wand. There is some big energy going on in the career area. If you've had a new promotion, a new job, something along those lines, where there's a nervous and excited energy, you have everything that you need along the way. But trust in yourself. In the health category, we have the Star. If we were concerned about either our health or somebody else's health, here's your wish granted card. And you've made those changes in the previous months where we've let go of some things and we're really focusing on our health. And then we have in the Spirit, we have the 7 of Swords. Because of how we're feeling overall here in the Magician, it's almost like a watch your back kind of energy. Perhaps you're having trouble with sleeping. This would be a good time for you to just try to let go any of those negative self-talk, negative thoughts about ourselves that we can go through. And finally, in the family category, another Star. If you were worried about somebody else, they're okay. Everything's going to be getting better here. So there's a lot of energy this month because we have a lot of major arcana cards for the month of June. Expect it to be a pretty intense month with big changes or dynamic energy happening. But I focus on the good here because good things are going to be happening. Okay, now we have the month of July, a recap. So starting with the overall energy, we have the 10 of Wands. We're needing to release some extra energy. Maybe we've felt overwhelmed along the way, so this is a good time for us to release some baggage. This also has sort of a return feel to it. Maybe going back to someplace you visited before, whether that's visiting family or friends, taking a trip someplace that brings nostalgic energy to it. There is needing to have a little bit of revitalizing or relaxation in this moment so that you can recharge your batteries. July is always a good time for us to take a look back at the last 6 months and see how do we need to change our plans to keep working towards what it is that we truly want. In the love category, we have the 4 of Cups. This would be a good time for us to not worry so much about things that are going wrong, but really try to lean in and focus on what's going right in your life if you can. Spending time with others is going to be a good call out here so that you maybe revitalize yourself by having fun with other people. What it is that you need as we take a look at our plans may not be what you expect. In finances, we have the 3 of Cups, which is funny because we were talking about taking a vacation in July. And this is really a great call out to do something with other people, be that your best friends, a family, etc. Doing a solo trip, although you would probably meet people along the way and make new friends. But the reason this is in reverse is do it with a little bit of caution in terms of finances. Maybe instead of planning a trip backpacking through Europe, you just take a road trip to a nearby town or city and find something new and fun to do there. Really what's important here is that you're spending time with other people and recharging your batteries and getting some of that emotional energy back in rather than spending too much money. In the career category, we have the King of Wands. I love this because previous was the Ace of Wands. It feels like you've really come a long way in the career path. We're starting to be prepared. Things are not catching us off guard as much. We are starting to really believe in ourselves. I'm ready for anything that comes at me. As we go with the health category, we have the 8 of Cups. This is interesting because the previous month we had the Star and now we have the 8 of Cups. If you were worrying about other people, this would be a good time to focus on yourself. What do you need to do for you to get back to a place where you feel like your energy is at a great level, you're feeling good about yourself? She's looking at other couples, so maybe being cautious about comparing yourself to others or what other people have. You don't always know what's going on behind the scenes with those. And it's also interesting that her dress looks or resembles a ladybug, or also known as a ladybird, which is a sign of being lucky. If we had our wish granted in the month before, affirmation that things are going well, what do you need to do to really keep on that same journey and move forward to what it is you want and expect with your health? And then in the spirit category, we have the 6 of Pentacles. In the last month, it was all about loving yourself. You've had a tough time with a lot of challenges. So this is really about recharging your batteries and making sure everything is in balance and taking a look at all the growth that you've made along the way. I feel like they're really encouraging you to do some self-care, whether that's spending time visiting friends and family, doing something for yourself where you can let go of some energy, because this is about not getting stagnant. You want to make sure that the energy is balanced, that there's a fair exchange here. Do something good for yourself. You've done a lot of worrying in the past about other people. Now it's time to focus a little bit on you. And then in our family category, we have the Magician in reverse, which is interesting because in the previous month, we had 2 Magicians in reverse. The people around you do believe in you as well. And so the more you keep leaning into that and believe that they're proud of you, the more that this will add fuel to the fire and you will keep moving forward as the King of Wands, moving on to the next thing. You can do it. Okay, let's take a look at a recap for August. Starting overall energy is the Ace of Swords. There's another new beginning. If you have you starting a new semester of school or somebody else around you, if you have children, this could be the start of a new semester, as we have the writing on the chalkboard here, but there's also a time to let go of some past beliefs that maybe other people have made you feel along the way, and we're starting to see more growth with new ideas coming in. In the love category, we have the Five of Wands. This could be a good time to start doing clearing some space. If there are people that are not respecting our boundaries, this would be a good clean house time. It could be a literal cleaning of a space as well, decluttering. This could also indicate that there might be some conflicts on the horizon. She's doing her best to swat away all the drama. If there's people that are coming to you with disagreements between other people, watch yourself. Don't get caught in the middle of any of that. Then in the finances category, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Just another call out of being cautious with our finances. There's something on the horizon that in the future we really want. A lot of times when I see this 10 of Pentacles as a legacy card with finances, you are either saving up for a house or a move or something for your children, whether that's putting them into school or they have college in the future. Maybe you're saving up for retirement. It's a good time to take a look at that and see, are you on track with what you expect it to be? If not, you always have January to really pay attention to the budget and make adjustments as needed here. In our career category, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This reversal, there's so many things going on. I have so many different options. I don't know which one to choose. And I always caution people, when you get to the state, if you don't know where you want to start, you just have so many good ideas going on, write them down and see what feels the best. Lean into them. What do each of these things feel like they could accomplish for you, and prioritize your list. Whatever choice you make is the right choice for you in that moment. So believe in yourself and keep going forward. Don't get stuck here. And then our health category, we have the 3 of Wands. So we are really seeing a payoff now for whatever it's been that we're doing. Other people are also starting to take notice. We have a lot of birds over here in the background. She is proud of herself. She can take care of whatever's coming her way because she is focused on her health. She's not ignoring it. And so there is a hope on the horizon. Whatever fits for you, just notice you're starting to see the payoffs now. In the spirit category, we have the Son of Wands, which would be the Knight of Wands. There is big energy going on around you. You have all these big ideas. We're probably starting to feel a little overwhelmed. I just want to give you a word of advice that you are this match in amongst all these fireworks. Be very careful and cautious with it, because as soon as that match is struck, you're going to have all kinds of explosive energy going on around you, and you don't want to get to the place where you burn out too quickly. There's a lot of big changes with the snake. This is shedding her skin and having big changes coming along the way. As we also mentioned with the conflict here, that firework could be an explosion in some sort of relationship realm, whether that's with family, friends, or a loved one. Just take a moment, take a step back. Again, try not to insert yourself into any of that drama. For the family, we have the 6 of Wands. In the previous month, your family is really, really proud of all of your accomplishments. If you have any children that are going to school, this would be like they're going into a new grade. So there's a lot of pride going on. Vice versa, you being proud of them, they being proud of you. And as we said with the health category, lots of people are looking at you and looking to you and seeing these big changes that have been happening for you. So live into that, enjoy that moment. If you aren't really particularly fond of being the center of the stage, accept the compliments and know that they're affirmations for a job well done. All right, let's take a look at a recap for the month of September. Starting with our overall energy for September, we have the beautiful Empress card here, getting ready to give birth. In August, we had the Ace of Swords, so we had all these new ideas. Now they're starting to come into fruition. Give yourself grace in this moment too. This could be an emotional time for you. This could also be a literal birth as well. In our love category, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. For us Virgos, we love a good plan, but some things are not necessarily going according to plan. And maybe this is a good point for us to do a little introspection and take a look and see, are we putting too many expectations on other people? Should we let go of some of those? Have a little bit more fun. There's a little mischievous energy to this. If things aren't done exactly the way you expect them to be done, that's okay. As long as it gets done, who cares? Then in the finances, we have the Sun in reverse. So whatever is going on here, we have some big energy. She's getting ready to give birth. And here is the birth card, the Sun. The reversal could be because we're not quite to that energy. There might be some things we need to do first before those energies flip. The other reason this might be flipped is because it could be a good word of caution that while you may have some new source of income coming in, it might not be the time to really go out and splurge to celebrate. Perhaps putting those finances into investing or putting them into your savings in some way would be more beneficial than going out and overly treating yourself. You can still treat yourself, of course, but just do it with some reason. And then in the career category, we have the World. Look at that. She's getting ready to give birth to the world, and here is the World card. So we definitely know that these three are really connected here. Be really proud of yourself in this moment. You've had a lot of accomplishments, a lot of big changes along the way. This is a time to give kudos to yourself. And then in the health category, here it is, that Four of Swords. We need to take a moment to address and relax and let go of some stress. Perhaps you're probably not getting enough sleep. This is a time to vitalize yourself before you hit a state of burnout. There's a lot of big energy, a lot of fun things happening, but still keep in mind, it's important that you take time to slow down as well. And here is that Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Same call out here as the Four of Swords. Be careful about burnout here. It's exciting. You're doing the right thing. This is a great situation to be in, but letting go of some expectations can lift off a lot of weight that you might be carrying. It'll release anxieties. It's time to not put so many expectations on ourselves and others. Family, we have this Six of Coins. While we've had so many big things happening here, it's a good time for us to look at our family and see what is out of balance here. Have you been focusing too much on the career? There's people starting to feel like things are out of balance. That Page of Pentacles, people might start acting out a little bit. There's kind of a mischievous nature here. Perhaps you're going to see some passive aggressive energy or aggressive energy, but it's here to call out just to make sure that you have work-life balance in place. Let's take a look at October. What do we have for the overall energy? We have the Three of Pentacles. We need to be relying on other people to help pick up some slack. And this could be members of our family or friends or coworkers, etc. But I do see this call out here with the pentacles looking almost like a stoplight as we have the yellow on top. Slow down a little bit and take a look. Do you need to do some things around your household to vitalize yourself along the way? And in the love category with the Ace of Pentacles in September, it was a good time to reflect back on all of your expectations of others. Clear those out. Let go of them. If the work gets done, who cares? Now we have this Ace of Pentacles. Now you have a clean plate. A whole opportunity for new things, new levels of abundance to come in. Things you may not have expected that you needed are going to start showing up in this area. And finances, the Ten of Rods in reverse. There may have been something that we have been ignoring along the way. We're starting to feel a little bit more burdened in the finances category. This could be something that you've known was coming. Somehow it catches you off guard. That happens to us sometimes. It could be a new bill or debt that needs to be taken on. In the career category, this is your slow down. We got the Four of Swords in reverse. Slow down before you make yourself sick or tired or make mistakes along the way because your energy is too low to handle it. Normally, we would say the Hermit is Virgo energy, but really feeling October is more of our rest and relaxation month. In the health category, we have the Six of Swords, finding yourself on an isolated island and really taking some time to do some shadow work, some grit grounding. We have that anchor, but we still have the star up here. So keeping in mind that while we're working to get grounded and doing all the hard work to let go of other stuff, release some tensions along the way, good things are on the horizon. This is a good time to be working towards manifesting energy for the upcoming year, which will be 2025. And then in our spirit category, we have the Father of Cups, the King of Cups in reverse. We're starting to feel burnout, pressure, all kinds of heavy energy along the way. Emotionally, we're feeling drained. We can then prepare for it. The seasons can be changing depending on where you're living in the world. And this can be a call out for seasonal affective disorder. So don't worry too much about it. You're going to get your energy back as long as you take the time to reflect on it. And then in the family category, we have the Moon. This moon, I do see this having the same energy we felt with everything else. There's some unknowns coming up in the family arena. I'm not quite sure what this is yet. I'm curious to see what this turns out to be for us. If we're paying special attention to our family, I love how they're weaving here. We're making sure that we're really connected. We're having good communication. That can probably dispel some of the fears here. Just keep that in mind for October. Okay, now we have the month of November. So let's take a look at the recap. Overall energy for November is the Hanged Man. We take time, as we said in October, to really reflect on what it is that we want, make clear on what we want, what we don't want. There is some spiritual energy here that is an enlightenment of sorts. This really does also have some tie-ins to our month in August, where we had all those new ideas. We've had some big changes in September, and now is a good time to work on manifesting, getting ready for the new year. What do we need to let go of? Release control as much as you can on certain areas and just be open to new possibilities. Then in the family arena, the good old Three of Swords in reverse. November kicks off really the holiday season with family. If there are tensions between certain family members, this is a mixed energy card where we have some good things that we can look back on. We know we love each other, or at least we should, but I want you to take a look at that and say, are these people respecting your boundaries? If you're finding that the people in your life are not respecting what you've asked them to do, it may be time for you to create new traditions for yourself. Maybe that means that you don't always go to the big family gatherings, or you create new gatherings with what I'll call your found family, whether that's friends or people in your relationship, their family, etc. It's a time to adjust those traditions. In the finances category, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We're spending time with loved ones. This is often time when we're going to start preparing for other holidays in December. Could be using more creative outlets or thinking outside the box. If you're feeling financially strained, your loved ones don't necessarily need you to buy something elaborate for them, but it's the thought that counts. Be creative, have fun with it. In the career category, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. 2 pages of cups here. Call outs to be creative, have fun, just feed into your creative energies. In the health category, we have the Hierophant. This year has had a lot of major changes, and now we may need to rely on talking to somebody else for wisdom. We talked in our previous months about going on a diet, or if you're changing up your workout routine. This could be going to see a nutritionist, going to see a doctor, going to see a personal trainer. Also could be a therapist or somebody where we're given conversations and guidance. Now, this could be the little girl here getting guidance from somebody else, or they could be switched. You could be the owl giving guidance to somebody else. Somebody else may be coming to you for advice as well about something health related, and you can talk about what you've done or your experiences as well. And then in our spirit category, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. As we talked about that 3 of Swords with family, I'm really being drawn to that energy. Some people just may not be able to get in line and be respectful of what we need in our life and what we're looking for. You deserve that respect. You are worth it. It might be time for them to not be a part of our traditions as much. Believe in yourself. Have this horse here is like a 5 of Cups always is a reminder that while you may have to let some things go, there are still good things around you. So keep that in mind. And then with family, 10 of Swords. Closing of a chapter here. This could be if you have kids having the end of the semester, you've got a lot of things coming up. There could just be a lot of tensions going on. It's nice that when you're doing tarot and looking at the year ahead, you can plan for this and start to alleviate some of the tensions. Just do work one sword at a time. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just let go of one thing at a time. This also could be tying into that family. If there's some people that we need to move on for a little bit. I'm also feeling like this could also be talking about spirit from beyond. With the nostalgia of the holiday season, there could be people that are on the other side. Maybe we didn't get a chance to say goodbye, we're missing them because of the holidays, or there's something we really wanted to say to them but we never got a chance to say it. That can also be part of what we're feeling here with that 10 of Swords. Go ahead and tell them. They're listening. let them know and release that energy. All right, so we have the month of December. Here's the overview. Starting with overall energy for the month, we have Four of Pentacles. Every time I see this card, this is my let it go, Elsa. This is a great time, December, to reflect on the year, see what it is that we need to make as far as changes along the way to our plans as we prepare for the next year. You've already should have been in October or November thinking ahead to what you want to happen, but this is a good stop, pause, look back at the past and see what you can let go of. What kind of baggage can we let go of so that we are open to new possibilities along the way? Open your heart up. Don't protect yourself too much or put too many guards up around yourself so that there's room for those opportunities to come in. Then in the love category, we have the Six of Pentacles. There's definitely some playfulness to this Six of Pentacles. Again, with the holiday seasons, with people around, perhaps being a little cautious about not overindulging too much in things. And there could be some playfulness or disagreements going on between different people in the families, etc. Just making sure that you're also checking on the balance too. Perhaps some people are taking more of your energy or you're giving too much energy away, or vice versa. Really just check yourself on that. Do you have the energy to go to all of the parties or all of the things that you're invited to, or should you stay back from a couple of them and take some R&R time? Get yourself charged back up. In the finances category, we have the Seven of Swords. In October, we had the Ten of Wands. It felt like some quote unquote unexpected things we should have known were coming, but weren't really prepared for them to be showing up. That's carrying over here. We're going to have some debts to take on into 2025. This character is only carrying 5 of the swords and 2 are left behind. This would be a good time for us. Whatever you could pay off and let go of those, that would be the perfect time to do that so that you can start with a lighter load going into the new year. In the career category, we have the Page of Wands. There's a lot of new opportunities when we looked at November with the Page of Cups, and now we have the Page of Wands. There's the youthful energy to both of those with being the pages. So this one is an exciting opportunity on the horizon. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm excited for the adventure that is going to be taking place. Whether this means that you get to travel for work, or perhaps you're going to relocate to a new location. There's something on the horizon that we are pretty excited for, and just enjoy the ride. You guys have taken a lot of time this year to really focus on your health and making that focus for the year, and now you are rewarded with the Queen of Wands. We've come from the Ten of Swords to the Queen of Wands. That is a beautiful journey. This is all about feeling like you are in charge of your health and you have that control. There is a bright future ahead. It's a good reminder to us that if you start to feel anxious about it, just get it looked into. Either it turns out to be nothing, or if it is something, at least you can then figure out ways to address it and work towards something better. So now you have learned all of those tools. Now we can apply that as we go into the next year. We start off with an empowered feeling in the health arena. The Spirit, we have the Death card. This is December. Our year is done. You should be really proud of all the things that you've accomplished this year. This also has a lot of tie-ins to that Four of Pentacles. So take a look back. This is a death and then a rebirth as we go into the new year. What can you let go of? What can you shed, leave behind, and not take with you? And finally, in the family category, the Beautiful World card. It is in the reverse. There could be some things where we're feeling a little upside down or unsure of ourselves, but if you do have the time throughout the year and you've taken the time to really focus on the family, this probably will be in the upright position as we get towards the end of the year. Really embrace your family. There's a lot of big, beautiful things on the horizon. The family going into 2025 feels like a big, powerful energy. New things are coming for other loved ones in your life. Being really proud of them. They're taking center stage. This could be growth in new arenas for them. Kids learning new things, maybe going off to a new grade level or getting ready to go off to college in the near future. Big exciting changes for those around you going into 2025. Lean into that energy and talk to them about what are they excited about, how can you incorporate what they're looking for, what they're manifesting, and work together so that both of you have the opportunity to make some big wins in 2025. If you would like a personal reading or a personal look at the 12 months ahead, please feel free to visit my Ko-fi page. It'll be listed in the links below. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for your continued support.